When your writing slips into being vague, the reader reads and rereads and does not quite get it. I'm sure this has happened to you. You are reading something and you find yourself wondering, what's the author trying to say here? What's going on in this text? This is not a good place for an author to land a reader. To help you explore how to write vividly, I have assembled 5 tips for avoiding vagueness in writing your memoir. But before we go on, let me welcome you to the Memoir Network's Better Memoir Writing Masterclasses. For those of you who do not know me, I am Denis Ledoux. I'm a writer, I'm a teacher, and I'm founder of the Memoir Network. I'm so pleased you have joined me today. This masterclass is brought to you by the Memoir Network's coaching services. A writing coach offers you just-in-time solutions, technical guidance, specific writing skills, prompting you to action, or counseling through writing blocks. Schedule a complimentary Get Acquainted consultation by going to the e-address listed in the description of this video. And I'll also have a bonus for you at the end of this video. Now let's begin the masterclass on vivid writing. Now for 5 ideas as to why a manuscript might slip into being vague. Number 1, the author is not sure herself about what she is trying to say. She has not lingered with this part of the story or the whole of the story to understand the meaning of her memoir's constituent parts. Once she has extrapolated meaning she wants to convey, finding prose that might do justice to the expression of her feeling becomes easier. If the author does not understand what parts of her stories have meant, it's a bit like writing a book report in high school when you hadn't read the book. You babble on vaguely, hoping the teacher would not see through you. But generally, the teacher did see through you, and your reader will see through you. Here is a solution if you are not yet understanding the meaning of events in your life. Journal around the story. Look at your photos. Take a walk to ruminate about the events you have written about. Ask yourself, what is this story about? What's it trying to convey? What do I really mean to say about the impact of this story? 2, perhaps the author has not used enough details. What is clear to him because he has lived the experience becomes a guessing game for the reader, who was not there and has only a general idea of what went on. The author will sometimes say, I didn't include that info because everyone knows about that, in reference to something that belongs squarely in a life as it was lived in a time, say 1957 or 1964, a vantage point that many of the readers may not find themselves standing comfortably in. Here is a solution if this is you. Write as if you were explaining this story to someone from another culture or another country. What additional details would you find yourself including if you had to explain a hootenanny to someone from Mongolia, or to your grandchildren for that matter? Avoid vagueness in writing by adding details that are amply explanatory for your reader. 3. Writers will also sometimes ask, what do I do to keep the attention of the reader who already knows the general details of the history of my story? Say about the Vietnam War, won't that be boring if I repeat this history? This author will have to write precisely and clearly about his experience in this moment in history, not about the general history. He will use metaphors and images, embed the text with foreshadowing and suspense, use such precision that the reader feels she is entering the setting the author is describing. When you use these fiction techniques, it won't make any difference if your reader is already familiar with your story or with its time or is not familiar. Your writing will be interesting because it is good writing. Here is a solution. If this is you, write using all the elements of great style at your disposal. No one has ever written about this time as you are writing about it. A big order, of course, but the better you become at writing, the more fun it will be for you to write and for the reader to read. When I wrote in my second example above, a vantage point that many of the readers may not find themselves standing comfortably in, I felt the rightness of this image of a vantage point and of standing looking at something, to capture the meaning I was seeking to express. Explore the same search for meaning in your writing. 4. Perhaps the author is not strict about pronoun antecedents. This can be a fast lane to vagueness in writing. The author knows that she refers to Emily, but the reader wonders if it might also refer to Beth, who is also mentioned in the previous sentence. The reader decides after a brief consideration that the pronoun does indeed refer to Beth, and so the rest of the story refocuses into some gray tone, since the she refers to Emily, and there are references that do not fit Beth very well. The reader continues to try the story be about Beth, and in so doing is growing increasingly frustrated because the story does not fit well with Beth. Here is a solution, if this is you. Place pronouns and their antecedents in proximity, close to one another. Do not have another name of a person or a thing between the pronoun and its antecedent. Never use a pronoun without an antecedent in some proximity. This lack of proximity is a surprisingly frequent mistake. 5. Your sentences are too long and are difficult to follow and to interpret. Clauses and subordinate clauses begin to mush together. The sentence goes on for 4 or 5 lines, and the reader begins to wonder what the main verb is and where its subject is to be found. While the writer may legitimately say, I don't want to write down to my readers, the long, endless sentence is not at all respecting your reader. It is not respecting readers to force them to reread and reread a sentence. Here is a solution, if this is you. Break your sentences down into shorter units. Simple enough. After 10 words, be looking to place a period. After 15, see if you can rewrite the sentence to become 2 sentences. But here's a danger to avoid with this solution. Too many short declarative sentences that create a staccato effect to your prose are not good. Even a shorter sentence can be complex, compound, or even complex compound. You can learn how to write vividly and eliminate vagueness in writing. Keep these 5 tips in mind. Keep your readers interested and turning the pages. If you would like to explore receiving help with your memoir on any aspect of memoir writing or publishing, know that we offer a 30-minute complimentary get-to-know-you coaching consultation. The link to a free consultation is in the description below. And before you go, please hit the subscribe button at the bottom left of this video and click on the bell next to it. Subscribing assures this memoir writing content will appear on your YouTube homepage and recommendations bar. Check the description below for a link to this week's free video e-course, and remember, inch by inch is a cinch, yard by yard is hard. Good luck writing your stories. The videos that we post on the Better Memoir Writing Masterclass channel are just one of the many ways we can help people write better memoir. I'd like to take just a few moments to share more of what the Memoir Network can offer you by way of partnering with you to write and publish your memoir. Our free membership program, My Memoir Education, offers you access to e-courses, e-books, videos, and more. We have had thousands of people benefit from the free My Memoir Education to write their memoirs, and we hope you will become a member too. Our blog contains over 500 in-depth posts on different aspects of memoir writing, and it too is free. Come on over and pick and choose what you need. While free content can be very helpful, there comes a time when you need more focus and more mentoring than you can get from free. We offer coaching, editing, whether copy editing, content editing, or developmental editing, ghostwriting, and book production. Our website features many of our clients' book covers and testimonials. Come and check us out. We also have a number of programs you can purchase. The Memorable Story is a 10-module home study program on every aspect of memoir writing. It provides university-level mentoring. The Inspired Memoir Writer is a group coaching program. You meet with fellow writers over a period of 10 sessions. We also offer Jumpstart Memoir Professional Packages, which are designed for people who would like to help others write their memoir. If you're interested in knowing more, please feel free to call us or email us at info@thememoirnetwork.com. Thanks, and keep writing.